technology companies Volaris and Huge are squaring up for Adapt IT. Adapt IT share price advanced by more than a third this morning after the company received an all-cash offer from Canadian software company Volaris. This about a month after the Huge Group made an unsolicited offer to acquire Adapt IT. Joining us is the man of the moment, and that is Sbu Shabalala, the CEO of Adapt. And Sbu, thanks so much for your time, and it must be nice to run the most wanted company in South Africa's listed ICT space right now. And judging by the market's reaction, they are also liking the activity that is currently at your doors. But before we discuss the latest deal on the table, Sbu, I'd like for you to take us a step back to how and when talks with Volaris began.
Thank you, Fifi. Volaris has been a company that we've known for the longest time at Adapt IT. As you're aware, it's a similar business that we own. They're a much larger business, being a $32 billion market cap business, listed in the Canadian Stock Exchange through the holding company. So we've known them for a long time, but they approached us in December of 2020.
All right. And in the past 24 hours, since you did announce to the market the latest offer from Volaris, have you heard from the group that initially started the race for Adapt IT, and that is the Huge Group?
Not at all. I believe that the interfaces that we've had with the Huge Group have been through our independent board.
All right, so you are getting a lot more cheese from the latest deal, and a higher price tag is always nice, but I imagine that the final decision won't be based on money alone. So talk to us about why you think, or as your statement suggests, the Adapt IT Group thinks that the latest offer is a better offer than that of the Huge Group.
Well, price aside, I would say that the synergies between the two businesses, this is the Volaris Group as well as the Adapt IT. We are companies, software businesses that focus on software verticals that are similar. The Volaris Group is an international business and holds such companies through interests, and it facilitates those companies to be more capitalized than what they are in order for them to be able to grow business and gives them support. So when I look at our trajectory of creating an international software business, given that we now have 30% of our software being in the international market, it therefore follows that we can only grow if we partner with such a business.
Mm-hmm. But then if we put price back onto the table, as the saying goes, that you can get anything at the right price. In the event that you do hear from the Huge Group and they make a counter offer that matches the current one on the table, would you consider that?
It is for the independent board to consider, but as you've said earlier, this is not about price. It is about the synergies that we can extract for the future of the business and the future of our employees. So we are of the view that the value proposition for the Volaris Group is superior to what we've seen to date.
All right. I mean, your share price just shows that there's a lot of optimism baked into it, that we will get a deal. And then I suppose my question would be, I mean, where to from here, as you and I have this conversation? What are the next steps to getting a deal across the finish line?
Well, as Adapt IT, we are now focused on ensuring that we can give our shareholders the options that they have, which are to either take shares as cash, to convert their shares into cash, through approving the transaction, or to elect to stay within Adapt IT, as there will be an option that Volaris has indicated that they will have an option to stay in.
And can you give us timelines?
We're expecting for the Volaris offer to be put to shareholders by the end of the month, so that is the 31st of April.
I mean, I know that you're very guarded in what you can say because this deal is quite a sensitive and a price-sensitive matter. But I suppose maybe let's just step back and realize what has happened here, because a company that you founded very many years ago has gotten a lot of attention. And I'm just wondering if you ever saw the day in which something that you did start and you did build would garner such attention and be valued so handsomely by outsiders?
Well, look, we've always said we're building an international software business, and the valuation of the business is obviously below what we would have liked to build. In the last 2 years, we've had COVID intervene in our challenge, being a challenge in the market that we operate in. However, we're quite pleased with what we have built as a business, and still believe that as a management team, we still have capability to do more with the right shareholders who are willing to capitalize the business for growth.
Right. And I mean, in this event, whichever one you go for, but it sounds like, again, you are erring on the side of the Volaris deal. In the event we do cross the finish line and a deal is signed, what happens then to Sbu Shabalala after the ink is dried? What is your future in either the new entity, if you do stay, or where will your future be headed to?
Well, Adapt IT as a business continues. We intend to remain Adapt IT in the South African market. We will ensure that we become a force to be reckoned with, especially after capitalizing the business and continuing to grow in the South African market. Our Pan-African presence will be strengthened together with our international presence. So Adapt IT as a company will not be disappearing, but will be a household name in the South African, together with the Pan-African markets that we target.
All right. Well, Sbu, we will leave it there for now. Thanks so much for your time. And yeah, we're watching very closely to see how this deal unfolds, and we will be speaking with you as soon as there are developments. But we'll leave it there for now. Sbu Shabalala, the CEO at Adapt IT.